Hey everybody, this is John, and welcome to the free video. Let's take a look at the Facebook effect. Obviously, it's not just Facebook that's driving the market down, but boy, Facebook is getting whacked. We've been watching this weekly squeeze for a while here, and you can see here that as the 8 and the 21 EMA have been kind of coming closer together, and then we got this news that has come out on the volume. It's going to be very, very difficult for the stock to recover from that for a couple of reasons. The first one being that if you look how long the stock has spent above this price, okay, so July, it's not only a lot of individuals, but for a long time, and I don't know if it's still the case, but Facebook was the #1 holding of the most hedge funds. Now, everybody that's bought, after July of last year is underwater. And so if they're still holding it, then they're going to be tentative at best on any rallies, like, oh my God, let's get out, So Facebook is, I don't want to say it's done. Not done, you've got, think about how fast technology changes and just kind of the perception of something being good changing. You've got the delete Facebook campaign today. Elon Musk was out saying that, and he deleted the Facebook pages for Tesla and SpaceX, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, if there are fewer people using Facebook, that's less advertising dollars, right? So it's an interesting phenomena, and you can say this watch companies' wealth creation and wealth destruction faster probably than at any other time in history. So this is going to be fascinating. In terms of key levels on voodoo lines, which on something like this I find to be very helpful. You can see here that there is, we came through that tree line today, so no major support until down here at 140, okay? And if we look at now other stocks that are having normal sell-offs like Amazon, you can see on a weekly chart, it's just coming down to the 8 EMA, and the volume isn't that critical, right? So big difference there. In terms of sectors, and let's stick to a weekly chart here. So for XLP, XLP just getting destroyed. Remember, the thing about consumer staples is that when they're the first ones leading off, that is the stock market pricing in, like a year from now, economic problems that we do not see on the horizon. So just keeping that in mind. We're also seeing in terms of, and trade wars, by the way, are very inflationary. And you can see gold today up almost $20 an ounce and a very nice pop in the gold market. In the trading room, we had a long straddle on financials. I'm going to put this on the daily chart here, and you can see that, man, this thing just it works out so nice like this because it was a very low-stress trade. We took this one off today, and then we kept some puts, spider puts over the weekend with the potential for margin call Monday, right? So what is margin call Monday? You have a big sell-off on Thursday, a bigger sell-off on Friday that generates margin calls for people who are maxed out on their margin, and instead of actually making the margin call, they just hope that on Monday the market bounces and they won't have to make that margin call. Well, when there's a lot of people hoping for one thing to happen, the opposite happens, margin call Monday. So unless Trump and China decide to make peace over the weekend on the trade wars, looking for more selling on Monday. All right, hope it helps. Have a good one, and a quick couple of tips here for you.
So one thing I found in this market is that, of course, I've been trading a long time, and I've seen market conditions like this, and anybody that's been trading less than 5 years hasn't really seen this market condition. And so we've had some great dialogues in the trading room, which is great timing for the event that we're going to be doing this weekend. And I would just say on something like this, if there's something that I don't know, I have found that, and especially in my trading journey, but any part of life, help with your marriage or whatever, if I ever am trying to figure things out on my own versus asking for help is always the easier, faster, and least expensive solution, okay? Ask people who have been there before. That always seems to work the best. So for those of you that don't know, we're going to be doing a live event in Austin starting Sunday. Now the event's sold out, so unfortunately you can't come to it if you want to, but you could come to the next one. But we are going to live stream it. And the advantage of something like this, if you're thinking about like, okay, what's going on in these markets, is that typically when we do a class, it's kind of like one person and one concept. But the purpose of these online kind of get-togethers or live events is that we bring everybody together. So you get, instead of listening to one person for a couple of days, you get 10 people's perspectives on what's going on, and you get a ton of tools in your toolbox to use for these markets. Now, for those of you that, I don't know if you know Danielle, but she works with us now, but it was interesting for her. She had reached a point in her life where she was kind of struggling and didn't know where to turn. And her dad said, "Look, I got a solution for you." And has been with us for a while. He's like, "You can work from home, raise your son, and eventually, make enough money to get by. Just learn how to trade options from these guys." And so Danielle said, "I can trace the turning point to when I attended the Simpler Trading Mentorship in Austin with my dad. That one event sparked a revolution in my life." And now, 3 years later, not only she's trading up a storm, and she works for us. She moved from Seattle to Austin, and she's been great. But that's the kind of impact that something like this can have, because it's a mentoring type environment. You're getting data from all over. If you're at the live event, you're making lifelong friends. But even if you're attending online, there's still that community aspect there that you can participate from. So there are a couple of cool bonuses with this class I wanted to tell you about real quick. So you do get myself and Henry's Options 101 class, just to get you up to speed to options if you are not already. Carolyn's Fast Fibonacci for day traders. In this kind of environment, it is so important to understand levels, because the action's so fast, there's not time for things like squeezes and stuff like that to actually build up. Bruce's Beginner's Guide to Greeks. If you understand the Greeks and the options, it does make this environment a lot easier. And then Neil and John, that's me, A to Z Guide to Trading Futures. So you can buy all 4 of these courses on our site for $1,988. But we're just giving them away or including them with this. And then also, as a bonus, I've got a course that I did a couple of years ago called the Elephant class, and it's identifying rare situations with the potential for 1,000% gains, and it's by far one of the most popular classes I've ever done, and it produced more aha moments than any other class. Now, this course is actually locked away in our archives, and you can't even buy it. However, we are dusting it off. It's totally applicable today, especially in this environment, and we're also giving it away as a bonus with this online and live version of the class. So we have a great group that's going to be here. It'll be a lot of fun, and if you guys are interested in this, you can go to simplertrading.com/livestream and attend the online version of this 3-day workshop for $997. And again, you get like $2,500 worth of classes. The live event itself is $4,000. So it's a great way. Somebody asked today, it's like, well, why is a live event $4,000 and online $997? Okay, it's like, okay, obviously lunch isn't that good, right? But in the live event, there's other things we're doing. We're going to be playing poker together. We have a cocktail reception. There's costs obviously involved in throwing a live event. So, by not participating in the live event, you don't get that full experience. However, you get all of the education and all the courses for just $997. So anyway, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It starts on Sunday at noon Central. We're going to be talking about strategies, we're bringing in a sports psychologist who we've worked with, who's great on mental conditioning, and then of course doing live trading, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.